Oh my god. I just sat there and did an entire intro and basically set up that and that and that, and I wasn't even recording. I guess you haven't missed much. All I've done is done that. It's just add a temporary cow pen, move the sugarcane closer inwards, and put a wheat farm so I could feed them guys. Because we're running out of steak. I'm running on golden carrots. I'm vegan right now. Anyway, so plan for this episode is to work more on this, and I was actually just saying that I've got a nice idea. What I want to do is first of all try out a block for the floor. Try out, yeah, I want to try out seeing what a block would be like for the floor. But before we do that, I actually want to show you something. You see, 2 episodes ago, I found this magnificent terrain generation. It is really just two bowls of water. They're kind of connected there. They just flow into this cave. But if you actually come down here, hopefully there's no mobs. Nope, there aren't. Oh, no, maybe there is. But it's really just a little sort of thing. So I want to take inspiration from this and use it in my base. And I'm actually thinking of now using water as well in my base. This, so I even might actually recreate this at some point. As an underground part, I'll have like a nice open bit with water flowing in, but who knows, we'll have to see. Now, see, the thing is, I don't think I can apply the same sort of water bowl technique to this, since, well, if I place water, it just doesn't flow so good. But now that I think about it, if I actually change the floor to what I want to change it to, I could probably make this bit, or a bit over here, have like the water flow in, and then have the cave entrance, because that's the angle. So I might actually do that, or have like the entrance around a waterfall. The entrance is sort of the waterfall. Who knows? We'll have to see with what I do with it, but first I need to collect the floor material. Okay, so what I actually want to do is I want to try out what dripstone would look as a floor. Okay, you see now I was expecting a nice sort of brownish texture at the bottom, but because of the way the texture repeats, it just doesn't work. It just makes a weird looking pattern. That's a no. Right, let me get rid of this. Okay, so this is taught me that dripstone is not good to use as a floor at all. So I shall bear that in mind, and next time use it sparingly or moderately. But I do actually like this bit I've drilled out, and I think I'm actually going to go one more layer, but this time just texture size, because I've got an idea for what I'm going to put in there. Okay, that's that done. Now it looks rather nice. That looks pretty good. Now, obviously, I'm going to have to go for a slab here because this too much is a thing. However, I feel like if I do slabs and pull them out about here, I'll have like a small section here. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to just cover this with the slab texture. So let me get to that. Okay, so that's that done. And now obviously you can tell by the way the shadows are done here that these are indeed a slab floor. Besides, it's kind of obvious, even though you don't particularly really know. It's kind of obvious that that's a slab floor, which is why I'm actually not. Oh, I've got a bit here. Actually, not gonna keep this like this. You see, what I'm actually planning on doing is what I've come up with is to actually add or insert over here, probably raise this wall maybe, put out a nice water area that then flows in sort of like a waterfall, so that basically this area becomes a water area because I have depth strider 3, so it really makes zero difference to my walking speed. Jumping may be a little weird, but who cares? So now I need to figure out whereabouts and how do I want to make the water flow into here, shall we say. And to do that, I think what I'm actually going to first do is just finish off. Okay, so now at the very least, the rim, even though like the rest of it isn't done, the rim of it is complete. So if I just place some water and then go ahead, should be able to. Okay, so there we go. Now you can hardly tell it's the same sort of texturing underneath. Maybe I'll change this to a different block at some point, sandstone maybe. But I kind of like it, which now means maybe this doesn't actually have to be the entrance, but like that's kind of cool. Flying inwards is now a lot less dangerous. Yeah, so now I just need to figure out how exactly I want water to really flow into. Now, in my personal opinion, I kind of want it to come from this bit and then just go in like that. So maybe just if I clear out my inventory a little. Is there any way we could make this nicely flow in without it looking horrendously bad? So I'm gonna what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go figure out how I want the water to flow in, and then once I've done that, I will get back to you. Okay, so after some slight modifications and adjustments, I think this is the best water flow I can. Shut up, man. I think this is the best water flow I can potentially create. Now, I mean, it is coming from one block, so hopefully that won't affect it much. Right, so let me go texture around it and see what we get. Okay, that is our waterfall. I know this bit's not done yet, but this is what I've come up with. Sort of like a little stream down into here, so that's good. This is completely not what I had in mind when I started this, but you know. Okay, so now we've got to decide the pool. There we go. We have a nice pool besides the pool. Now, I won't lie, the actual proper pool itself looks rather quite bad. But that's okay, because I think what I'm going to do now is actually properly fix up the border of it so it doesn't look like it was man-made. Which right now it really looks like it was man-made. Two is I'm probably going to actually drain some of it, especially take you. Okay, and then they go and drain off into a that looks slightly wrong, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay, so in terms of base, let's have a look on the side. So, I really like this. I'm not so sure about that little indent here. This is rather weird, but I believe I can make it work. So, what I'm going to go do right now is I'm going to take a break, and then I'm going to come back. And what I probably will do is I'll finish off this, and then I might just texture terrain this area. Right, okay, for you guys it's been about 2 seconds, but for me it's been a day. I took a break and I've been doing some thinking, and I really actually sort of like this, though I'm again not too sure about that. But it's because it's not actually, oh, okay, that was stupid. It's because it's not actually decorated. It looks a bit, well, Sus. So, I think I'll change this to make it one water pool or something, or maybe move a kind of divot down there. But I think what we actually need is to go ahead and get ourselves some moss blocks. Because I actually really like moss blocks, and my original plan was to kind of make the grass layer moss layer. But I also kind of want to actually, what I want to do is go from this and blend it into some rooted dirt, coarse dirt, and then actual dirt as like a mix, same way this is mixed. So like this would be like dirt, that'll be coarse dirt, and that'll be rooted dirt. But to do that, I'd actually need to go find the Lush Cave, which I found a few, but I never actually located down their coordinates. So I'm gonna have to go find one. But that is something that can be done later, because I actually do want to at least finish this creator, and I actually only have, well, I don't actually have as much time as I hoped, so I might not actually have time to do the moss gathering and this. So what I'm going to do is just continue is just go through and work on this bit, make the archway, or just come up with something. I'm gonna freestyle it like I freestyle everything else, since that seems to be working the best. Trial and error for me, so I'm gonna get to that. Okay, so let's see here. How do I want to make this arch? Do I want to make this bit sort of normal and then combine it? Or do I want this open part to be here? This is actually going to be rather quite difficult. Should I just sort of build an archway and see how that goes? I feel like it's because of the actual stone here, it's making the decision a little harder. So if we move that. See that? I like this angle. And it works perfect. That kind of angle, and I can build that around. This bit is where I'm getting slightly confused. The inside itself I'm going to have to work on, but yeah, that's looking much better. Yeah, it looks much better. That works well. Now it's just merging it into this. I think that actually works much better. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I actually like this kind of arch I've got here. So now all I need to do is just decorate this, decorate the arch, and then we should be good. So let me go do that. Okay. I think we're actually finally getting somewhere now. Alright, in my opinion, the archway over here is now all done. Maybe some interior here, and now we just need to connect up. Okay, so let's take a look here. There we go. That's much better for what I imagine. Let's try out the whole runway method. So come in. Oh yeah, works like a charm. Easily works like a charm. This breaks your fall or whatever electric damage, and you can just run in. Base is going to be in here, which I need to now hollow out. Absolutely, I could not be more happier with how that turned out. I was actually, even though I was working on tools, I was kind of actually putting it off because I didn't exactly know how exactly I was going to make this. In fact, I was actually thinking of making a nice large one and then have it go in, but I think the more simple cave sort of opening in this nice waterbed is actually rather quite interesting. Now, I would actually kind of think about making this slightly deeper by another half a block, just to give it a bit more depth, but the whole purpose is for it to be a runway, so it needs to be same height. So this is the entrance. Now, as you can tell, I have some, well, I guess I have some back terraining to get done, and I'm going to just go ahead and do that and merge this in and sort of make the rest of the entrance before I actually finish it properly. Alright, this is about as much as I can do for now. I'm gonna have to change it at some point because the overall arch sort of works, but I don't like this portion. But I can make changes in the future. Or that top bit there is a bit off. Let's see, can I do something about that? Alright, I think we're getting a bit off topic, but yeah, here we go. Okay, so that's what I've come up with. I think it's rather good. I mean, the flooring a bit needs texturing, and you know, it's not exactly hard. Just gotta do this. Basically, it's really, when it comes to this style, it's more or less just random, trying to be as random as possible. And then if you find anything that looks too much like a pattern, you sit there and just erase it. Also about removing as much stone as possible. I don't know why. It's just stone itself just seems too bland of a texture. So yeah, floor's done. This bit's mostly done. I mean, I haven't exactly done that part yet because you don't really see it, but as far as I'm concerned, that's the entrance. And the best part is it works exactly how I want it to. You come in, straight up, off, and you're in. No doors as well, because I don't like doors. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm not a door fan. Not a big fan of doors. But yeah, okay, so now that that's done, we just have this ugly looking water pool that needs doing. So I think what it's time for me to do now is to go find myself a lush cave, and then from there figure out, yeah, find myself some lush cave, get some rooted dirt, and get some moss blocks. Okay, what do we have here? An azalea tree, which means yes, exactly what I was hoping for. Alright, I got what I come for. Rooted dirt, some azaleas so I can make azalea trees. Some moss blocks, some bone to grow the moss blocks, and the moss and moss carpets, but quite frankly you just need one moss block, but I've got some extras just in case. And I've got a bunch of rooted dirt, which is what I actually came for. Oh, I did kind of want them, but I'm pretty sure if I silk it, yeah, it's not gonna... Okay, so now that I have rooted dirt, I want to see. Let's see here. Okay, I like it. I really do, I like it. Yeah, I like the so-called, like, dirt style that we get. So yeah, I like that. It sort of gives it a more of a pool feel. Now, what I need to actually go ahead and do is something that I'm not particularly too sure I want to do. I might need to make a hoe. Okay, right. With this being said, what I'm going to actually do is just quickly go ahead. And I really have nowhere to put this. Is use some of the diamonds. So you don't exactly have a choice in the matter here. Use some of them to make a hoe. Okay, so what I need to actually now go ahead and do is sort of make this pattern all the way around. Okay, so I have now gone ahead and added the nice outline, so it sort of merges with the background around the sides, and I gotta say, I'm really loving how this is coming along so far. It really is starting to look nice. I don't know whether or not you guys like this style or not, because, well, I mean, I'm not exactly that popular, so people don't exactly comment on my videos often, but if you are liking this so far, let me know. If you have any ideas that you think would look cool, let me know, and I'll consider them. But over here, as you can see, I've experimented by having rooted dirt to stone, and then stone to moss. Now, I really like the way rooted dirt goes around the water, and I've basically just now remembered that because it's 1.19, they added mud blocks, and I believe I can make mud blocks by getting glass bottles and touching dirt with them and or grass. Next episode is going to be focusing on making this look cool, making this and the outer area look better, because the insides, I'm going to procrastinate that. This looks, I don't I like this, but I actually really like this more. The moss into stone so much better. I really like this moss color as a grass kind of color, and the way it comes with grass carpets means I can put torches here or light blocks. But yeah, that's all we have time for in today's episode. But I just would like to mention that I'm currently sitting on 87 subscribers, which means I'm only 13 away from 100. So please, if you're new here, if you've made it this long and you've not subscribed, or if you just aren't subscribed in general, could you please check? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. I really like how this space is coming along. Like I said before, if you have any ideas, let me know. If you got if you know a block that'd be good to play as the inside of a water, I want to fill this with lily pads, maybe even trying my best to get some fish. However, there is a strong chance they are going to end up down here and drown. But yeah, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I'm really liking how this is coming along. Please let me know in the comments if you're liking how it's coming along. Let me know if you like this style. Let me know if you have any ideas to change it up a little. I think this is going really, really well. And the inside of that was going to probably be in a couple of episodes. But next episode, we're working on this and getting more moss to see a thing. And let me know, do you prefer this? Do you prefer rooted dirt to stone or moss to stone? Because I'm gonna have to go around the outer area. Let me know if you got anything for that. But yeah, like I said before, chat the subscribe button. Thank you all very much for watching, and I hopefully will see you all later. See ya.